Hello and welcome. My name's Tessa and I would like to talk to you about how we can get through any crisis, and especially the current crisis, feeling empowered and stronger rather than victimized and depleted. Now, you may wonder what qualifies me to do so. I was a classical musician performing at top level internationally for about 30 years. And a study 20 years ago stated that exactly what I was doing, playing in an orchestra, was considered the very most stressful job there was, before being a pilot or being a doctor or anything else that you could consider potentially much more stressful. So I know how to deal with stress. This was on a daily basis, obviously. I've also had to change or wanted to change my profession, my places where I live several times, from being a musician to becoming a visual artist to setting up my own business as a CEO. And for the last 10 years, I've also been coaching business people of all levels, C-level to IT specialists, marketing specialists, people who perform at a top level and who often face health issues or, in my case, have also lost their jobs. Those were the people I've been working with mostly. So I've learnt a lot about how we deal with change and stress in the best possible way. What I've found is that there are three keys, perhaps three aspects to consider. The first being focus. This may seem obvious, but when you think about it, if you focus on something you like, you love, think of a person that you really love, feel the love. At that particular moment, it is not possible to experience fear. By the same token, when I was on stage performing, if I was focusing on a technical problem, I was in the kind of narrow energy, focusing only on the obstacle. If I was focusing on inspiration, being inspired, maybe conveying something, the whole energy of the piece of music I was performing, that energy opened up a lot more energy to me that was available, and the obstacle was just a tiny part of it, and it was easy to overcome that technical obstacle. The second is potential. I find, especially now that I've been dealing with business people who have lost their jobs for the last 10 years, there is always in a crisis some potential to be uncovered. This can be, a skill, a talent, a new perspective, whatever it is something that's going to make you stronger, that's going to make you more successful in the end. It will also help you overcome other obstacles that may come in the future. This potential I see at the current moment in time is also potential for us as humans as a whole. So there is collective potential and individual potential. The third key is your inner pulse, my inner pulse, our inner pulse. The inner pulse is what makes us unique. It's that part of us, that core, that is not negotiable. And it's closely connected, of course, to the potential, or the potential is closely connected to the inner pulse. If we look at this painting here, you can see there are waves, small waves, bigger waves, tiny waves, all different sizes. And below that, from where the waves come, is like the deep undercurrent. The deep undercurrent is who we are, the inner pulse, all of our potential. The waves are what surfaces, and at different times different things surface. Connecting to the inner pulse in a situation like this at the moment is so vital. It is so important to hear what your own inner wisdom wants to tell you about this crisis and how to best negotiate, navigate through it. It is your inner pulse that will give you the right ideas, the right tools, the right action to take. It will be different from what I do and how I do it. So it's really important to hear that inner voice, to stop and listen. And I think the current situation is actually very good for that. It's forcing us to kind of calm down a little bit. Staying inside perhaps also means listening inside.